I was supposed to have the perfect wedding. The kind little girls dream about, right? The dress, the flowers, the man of my dreams. But instead of a fairy tale, I was walking straight into a lie. And the worst part? I knew it. I met Jake 3 years ago. He was everything I thought I wanted. Funny, successful, treated me like I mattered. Our relationship moved fast, but everyone said we were meant to be. I ignored the small stuff. He was private with his phone, vague about his past. But I told myself that was normal. I was just being paranoid, until 1 week before the wedding, when everything changed. At first, it was little things. Jake would suddenly get quiet when his phone buzzed. He'd step outside to take work calls that always seemed a little too long. One time, I asked him who he was texting, and he laughed it off like I was being crazy. He said I was just nervous because the wedding was so close. And maybe I was. I wanted to believe him. But then one night I was cleaning up after dinner when his phone lit up. He had left it on the counter. My heart dropped when I saw the message. I miss last night already. It wasn't from a friend. It wasn't work. It was saved under a fake name, one I didn't recognize. That was the moment I stopped doubting myself. I didn't confront him right away. Instead, I waited. I paid attention. I followed the patterns. And what I found, I wish I hadn't. Jake wasn't just cheating. He had an entire second life. Another girl, different social accounts, even a hidden apartment lease I found through a bank statement. I felt like my whole world was collapsing. I was hurt, but more than anything, I was angry. This man was about to stand at the altar and lie to everyone I loved, and I wasn't going to let that happen. I thought about canceling the wedding. I really did. But then I thought, why should I be the one to walk away in silence? Why should he get to keep pretending to be someone he's not, while I just quietly deal with the damage? No. He didn't just lie to me, he lied to everyone. And I decided he was going to face it, all of it. So I made a plan. I started collecting everything, screenshots, messages. I even reached out to the other woman. Turns out she had no idea about me either. She was devastated. I asked if she'd be willing to help, and she said yes. I couldn't believe it. Now I had proof and a witness. I made sure everyone would be at the wedding. His family, mine, our friends. I didn't cancel a single thing. I smiled through the rehearsals, took engagement photos, and acted like nothing was wrong. On the outside, I was still the glowing bride-to-be. But inside, I was waiting. I also made a short video slideshow. Nothing dramatic, just screenshots, call logs, photos, enough to tell the truth. I saved it to a USB drive and made sure the AV guy knew to play it right after. I said I had something to share during the ceremony. I was nervous, yeah, but I wasn't scared. I was done being scared of losing him. I already had. I wanted the truth to come out, and it would, right there at the altar. The morning of the wedding felt like a dream, but not the good kind. My stomach was in knots, and my hands wouldn't stop shaking. Everyone thought I was just nervous about getting married. I let them believe that. I slipped into my dress, smiled for the camera, hugged my mom, and walked down the aisle with my heart pounding louder than the music. Jake was standing there, all smiles, looking like the man I once loved. And maybe a small part of me still did, but I knew what I had to do. When the officiant asked if I had any words before we exchanged vows, I took the mic. I looked around the room, the people who raised me, the friends who supported us, the ones who believed in this relationship. And I said, before we begin, there's something I need to share with all of you. The room went still, then the screen lit up. I had told the AV guy, no matter what, press play, and he did. First came the texts, then the call logs, then the photos, the messages to the other woman, her voice recorded with her consent, explaining how Jake had lied to both of us. I didn't say a word during it. I just stood there watching the truth unfold. Gasps. Silence. Someone dropped a glass in the back. His mother put her hands over her mouth. Jake tried to grab the mic, but the officiant stepped between us. He looked at me, red-faced, like he didn't know what to say. But I did. I said, "I deserve better. And so does everyone else you lied to." And then I walked out. The moment I stepped outside, I felt like I could finally breathe again. I didn't cry. Not then. I just felt free. The guests were in shock. Some followed me out to hug me. Others stayed behind, probably trying to figure out what just happened. I heard later that Jake left without saying a word to anyone. His parents apologized to mine. The other woman and I actually hugged before she left. There was no hate between us, just heartbreak and understanding. In the days that followed, I got a lot of messages. Some people called me brave. Others asked why I didn't just walk away quietly. But here's the thing. Silence protects the wrong people. I didn't ruin my wedding. Jake did that the moment he chose to betray me. All I did was pull off the mask he never deserved to wear. It took a lot to heal. The embarrassment, the anger, the regret. But I don't carry shame anymore. I carry truth. And I know now I'd rather be alone and honest than loved in a lie. If you've ever had that gut feeling, that tiny voice telling you something's off, listen to it. You're not crazy. You're not overthinking. You're not too sensitive. You're smart. And you're strong. And sometimes walking away isn't weakness. It's the beginning of finally standing up for yourself.